Hi everyone, it's Bella, and today I'd like to speak to you about the nodes that are moving from the Aries-Libra axis into the Virgo-Pisces axis in 2025. So our eclipses will be in new areas. Now the North Node will move into Pisces, and the South Node will move into Virgo on January 29th of 2025. And they will remain in these signs until August 18th of 2026. Now this shift does put health, pharmaceuticals, natural medicine, daily health routines, pandemics, and water issues to the fore, and possibly in the spotlight again. Now the key is to integrate the strengths of the South Node while striving towards the qualities of the North Node. This means using your past experiences and talents to support your growth in new areas. Now we are moving from the nodes being in Aries Libra, which was fire and air, masculine and cardinal energy. As Aries, where the North Node was, we had a focus on independence, self-assertion. We had a lot of initiating of new ventures. And the South Node being in Libra, we were releasing our tendencies towards codependency, seeking balance in our relationships, and more diplomacy. The overall energy was dynamic and action-oriented and more focused on personal and relational growth. And now we're moving towards the Pisces-Virgo axis, more water and earth, more feminine, more mutable. With the North Node in Pisces, there's more of an emphasis on spirituality, intuition, compassion, and creative expression. There's a reconnection to God. With the South Node in Virgo, there's a letting go of excessive perfectionism, over-analysis, and focusing on practical service. The overall energy is much more introspective, adaptable, and nurturing, with a focus on healing, service, and emotional intelligence. This shift moves from a more outward, action-driven energy to a softer, more inward-focused and adaptable energy, encouraging us to balance our practical and our spiritual values, as well as order and chaos. In 2025, Jupiter will rule the North Node, as it also governs Pisces. And it will be intriguing to observe how Jupiter's exaltation in Cancer from mid-2025 onward influences this placement during its year-long transit through Cancer until mid-2026. Now, previously Mars ruled the North Node, bringing warlike themes and the onset of conflicts. Now with Jupiter ruling the North Node, we may see a shift in focus, but also growth. Overall, Jupiter's exaltation in Cancer brings a blend of emotional depth, nurturing energy, and spiritual growth, making a highly beneficial and transformative period to come. Now with spiritual growth and expansion, Jupiter's influence can amplify this focus. Also on intuition, this period might encourage people to explore their spiritual beliefs more deeply and seek out experiences that expand their understanding of the universe. Pisces is also a sign associated with creativity and imagination. With Jupiter's expansive energy, there could be a surge in artistic and creative pursuits. People might feel more inspired to express themselves through art and through music and other creative outlets. Jupiter's rulership can enhance the compassionate and the empathetic qualities of Pisces. And this transit may bring a greater focus on helping others, charitable activities, and a deeper understanding of the interconnectedness of all beings. Escapism and idealism comes under Jupiter's influence and can be positive. It's important to stay grounded and avoid getting lost in unrealistic dreams or avoiding practical responsibilities. Jupiter is associated with higher learning and wisdom. This transit might encourage people to seek out knowledge, whether through formal education or personal exploration. There could be a strong desire to understand deeper truths and philosophical concepts. On the other hand, Mercury will rule the South Node. Therefore, the retrogrades of Mercury will also become more powerful during this 18-month period. Here are some potential influences of this South Node transit. So Virgo will be an area of letting go. There may be a heightened emphasis on practical solutions and analytical thinking. People might find themselves revisiting past methods and refining them for better efficiency. Virgo's association with health could bring attention to past health issues or habits. This transit might encourage a return to healthier routines or the resolution of lingering health concerns. Communication and learning with Mercury's influence could also be a focus, especially on improving communication skills and learning from past experiences. This might be a good time for revisiting old studies or enhancing skills that were previously learned. Virgo's connection to service and work might highlight past work experiences and how they can be improved. There could be a focus on refining work habits and being more detail-oriented. There might also be a tendency to be overly critical or perfectionistic, both towards oneself and others. So it can be important to balance this with more compassion and understanding from the Piscean side. With the nodes moving into the earth sign of Virgo and the water sign of Pisces, eclipses will occur in these areas. And this means the corresponding houses in your chart may experience significant fated changes. If you haven't addressed the necessary work in these areas, or you are out of alignment with your growth on your path, then these changes may be uncomfortable. But eclipses can propel us into new directions and realign us with our true path if we've strayed from it. So trust what happens during eclipse seasons. Don't fight what is being removed, as it is done for your benefit. Remember that nothing that is for you can be taken from you. There are 4 eclipses in the year 2025. There's a total lunar eclipse on March 14th at 23 degrees Virgo in 57 minutes. There's a partial solar eclipse on March 29th at 9 degrees of Aries. There's a total lunar eclipse on September 7th at 15 degrees of Pisces, 22 minutes, and a partial solar eclipse September 21st at 29 degrees of Virgo. Now, during lunar eclipses, we are letting go, closing out, or bringing something into a fullness or into a fruition, or we are dealing with some kind of ending. Whereas during a solar eclipse, we're dealing with something that is beginning, something that is maybe a new inspired thought, a new seed that is being planted, a new leaf that is being turned. Now, the North Node in Pisces has historically coincided with several significant events, and here are a few notable periods and events. 1950 to 1952, the Korean War. The Korean War began in 1950, leading to significant geopolitical changes and the eventual establishment of the Korean Demilitarized Zone, DMZ. Elizabeth II's ascension. Queen Elizabeth ascended to the throne, marking the beginning of a long and influential reign. 1969 to 1970, the moon landing. NASA's Apollo 11 mission successfully landed the first humans on the moon, a monumental achievement in space exploration. Woodstock Festival. The Woodstock Music and Art Fair in 1969 became a symbol of the counterculture movement and a defining moment in music history. 1987 to 1989, the fall of the Berlin Wall. In 1989, the Berlin Wall fell, leading to the reunification of Germany and significant changes in the political landscape of Europe. The Tiananmen Square protests, my apologies. In 1989, these protests in China highlighted demands for political reform and led to a tragic crackdown. In 2006 to 2007, global financial crises. The early signs of the global financial crisis began to emerge, leading to significant economic challenges worldwide. Pluto's reclassification. In 2006, the International Astronomical Union reclassified Pluto as a dwarf planet, changing our understanding of the solar system. These periods often bring about transformative and sometimes tumultuous changes, reflecting the spiritual and idealistic nature of Pisces. Now, from a health perspective, this period may bring various issues such as foot pain, bone spurs, and increased foot strength, along with potential injuries to the feet or toes. Individuals might experience hot or cold feet, lymphatic toxicity, and engorged lymph nodes. There could be an onset of psychological problems, mental illness, intense dreams, and even psychic invasion or demonic possession with placements like these. Issues with mixing drugs or pharmaceuticals, alcohol addictions, and drug overdoses might arise, along with blood chemistry problems, toxic or heated blood, plastic poisoning, water pathogens, and hormone poisoning. Additionally, there could be concerns with bloodworms, fluctuating lymphatic action, STDs, sexual addictions, seductions, boils, watery cysts, carbuncles, hot-wet rashes, and allergies to dyes or fabrics. Furthermore, there may be abdominal health issues such as hernias, appendicitis, duodenitis, pancreatitis, colitis, diverticulitis, and splenitis. Intestinal worms and parasites, liver flukes, and parasites in the gall or liver ducts, and could also be concerns. Liver diseases due to insufficient action or malfunction, my apologies, intestinal weakness, and weakness of the abdominal wall might arise. Other potential issues include intestinal aneurysms, liver injuries, hepatitis, jaundice, swollen or ruptured spleens, and injuries to the upper digestive organs. There could also be risks of cancer or tumors in the liver, pancreas, duodenum, or intestines, as well as conditions like Crohn's disease, colitis, diet extremes, and poor immunity due to the insufficient white blood cell count. Now, this is not medical advice, and I will reference Judith Hill here as well for these possibilities with these placements. please be advised that this does not mean you will receive any of these conditions, but these are the conditions that can show up with placements like these, so we may hear more about things like this. It is highly recommended for additional support on a natural level to incorporate herbs such as lymphatic detox herbs such as dandelion root, cayenne pepper, as well as Cape aloe, to use turmeric, to use also nettle tea to support your organ health, such as the kidneys and the liver, and the dandelion also supports your organs, and to really just become more mindful of what we are taking in and how we are cleansing our bodies and really taking care of our lymphatic system during this time, and to also make sure we are actually digesting the food that we are eating properly. Are we really absorbing the nutrients properly? Do we need assistance with some digestive enzymes, especially with our upper intestines as well? For example, astragalus can be a wonderful herb for the upper digestions, like the pancreas and the spleen. And then of course, when we are using regular pharmaceutical drugs, we could also be damaging our intestinal lining, which can also, lead to leaky gut and those types of things. So it's important for us to be mindful of these things, to use herbs like slippery elm that really heals the entire digestive tract from the mouth all the way down to the anus. It can heal all the digestive issues, ulcers, colitis, anything that you've had there, whether you struggle with constipation or diarrhea. It really is a herb that can take care of so many things all at once. If you take it consistently, it can be very gentle to the body. Of course, this is not medical advice, so please do consult your licensed medical health practitioner for any contraindications. This is purely for entertainment and educational purposes only. Now, with the North Node crossing to the 0 Aries point in January, and also the Saturn-Neptune conjunction at the same degree as they ingress into Aries, we may understand that with Saturn's influence associated with calcification and Neptune's placement in Pisces related to the pineal gland and water, current debates about fluoride in drinking water are especially relevant. Recently, the U.S. announced plans to remove fluoride from its water supply, as ongoing research has raised concerns about its potential negative effects. While fluoride is added to reduce tooth decay, excessive consumption has been linked to conditions like dental fluorosis, which can cause tooth discoloration in children, and skeletal fluorosis, resulting in joint pain and bone damage. Studies also suggest fluoride may disrupt thyroid function by interfering with iodine, leading to thyroid health issues. And I'm pretty sure, as most of you have noticed, that almost everyone nowadays are struggling with thyroid issues. Neurotoxicity and endocrine disruption have also been reported, with studies indicating potential impacts on children's IQ levels and hormone regulation. Fluoride accumulation in the pineal gland is another area of concern, as this gland is responsible for melatonin production, which regulates our sleep, and over time fluoride may contribute to pineal gland calcification, potentially reducing our melatonin production and affecting sleep cycles. Some research suggests that excessive fluoride exposure could also have neurotoxic effects, indirectly impairing pineal gland function. These concerns highlight ongoing research into fluoride's effects on health and the brain, particularly regarding the impact on calcification and neurotoxicity. I'd also like to mention that for some, you can look at your natal chart, and if you have if you have your North Node in Pisces and your South Node in Virgo, then you will be undergoing your nodal return during the next 18 months. And this occurs approximately every 18.6 years. And this is around the ages of 18, 37, 55, as well as 74. And usually this is a time when we can have significant life changes that pushes us towards our life purpose and our destiny. And we can make really favorable connections towards our future. You may feel a strong urge to embrace new directions and let go of past habits. You could be breaking patterns that really propel you forward, and that significantly affects your future and your path that is destined for you to unfold. Now, if you have your South Node in Pisces natally and your North Node in Virgo, then you'll be experiencing your nodal reverse return. And this is approximately every 9 years between nodal returns. And this is the ages of 9, 27, 46, and 64, and 83. And during this period, you could revisit and integrate past experiences, often bringing closure to old issues and reinforcing lessons learned. This can help you balance your past and your future paths. And sometimes this is a period of really seeing what no longer works for you and what needs to be changed. Both returns are pivotal for personal growth and can bring about profound changes in your life, and can really and can be a period where important people or connections come into your life that play an important role in some significant way. And sometimes this can also be people from your past that comes into your life, especially where it involves the South Node. Well, thank you for listening. May the sun shine bright on you this day. May there be blessings coming your way. And especially for 2025, I wish you a blessed year. Until next time.